Yo, what's up? We in Alabama, Decatur to be exact, Decatur, Alabama. Just got finished cleaning my trailer out. Get a little messy back there, dusty as well. But I hope y'all enjoy this tutorial. Just putting in that work, man, on my days when I'm not cutting, as y'all can see. But enjoy the tutorial. I'm out. All right, we in GR8 mode. Yup. Best version of you. Put it on the table right here, right now. If you ain't willing in every service and whatever you doing to put the best you on the table, just don't do it at all. You might as well not even do it at all. All right, we about to do a mid, drop, ball, fade. And we setting in that first guideline with whatever clipper that you have with the lever closed. We're using our clippers because one, it takes out bulk faster, and two, we're gonna put in a soft line. Key point to this: when controlling the height of your fade, you want to go lower than what you think you need to. It's best to go lower because you can't bring a fade back down, but you could take it up a little bit. And if you have to, you give yourself wiggle room. And plus, whenever you give yourself more room, the better spread out your fade can be. So aim lower than what you think you need to be, and it'll put you right where you need to be. That's the key. We want to make sure both sides are the same. Now we want to go back and forth to look and see if both of the sides are the same. You're going to have to excuse me, my son in the background making noise, but you know work must be done. Work must be completed. So we're going in right now with whatever trimmer you have. And these are my Babeless Pros, the silver ones. I've been had these for the longest, and they broke in. It's one thing about these clippers, you know, you gotta let them break in good. And we're going in with the blade up. I never go down. Like I said, we're talking about putting in a harder line and making our job a little bit more harder than what it need to be. But we just going in and we just touching up, keeping that blade up, and making sure my drop is complete on the left. It's funny because you'll see things about people they don't see by themselves. No one human is perfect, you know what I mean? And that's what barbers are. We trying to do a perfect cut on imperfect people. So, you know, keep your best, do your best. And we just taking that side up just a little bit more right here because I seen that it was a little bit lower on that side. So we just being vigilant and we watching. All right, another key. This is the key. Right here we're smoothing the darker, you know, with the lighter. And the better you do this, the better this haircut turns out. And like I said, it's a key. Put your one guard on whatever clipper that you're cutting with. And you want to open it and you want to start high and you want to go all the way down. And you want to blend. You want to rake that darkness into the lightness. You want to smooth it out. And so when you do this, all you doing is prepping. You prepping the hair for when you come back up for the fade, it's just gonna fall right back in. And you also want to close the clipper, close your one up, your lever close, and you want to go lower, like I'm doing right here. I'm just closed it. And you want to rake, you want to smooth that out as well. You just prepping your canvas to get ready for when you fade up that way. It's gonna be like butter. It's gonna be smooth. And so this is a setup. That's what barbering is really. Barbering is prepping. I say 95% is prepping. Just prepping. And once you prep the way you do, once you get the other part is easy. The other 5% is easy because you're gonna set yourself up, you know, to be great with prepping. And so you just want to close your lever and play with it. If you have to go back up, you know, open it up. The higher, open it up. When you go down, close it up. All right, we're going in for the second guideline right here. And what we want to focus on right here, that's why we have to tap in. That's why like we want to pay attention and be observant to things. Inspect your canvas understand how his hair is growing. Definitely if it's a first time client. If it's a first time client, you definitely have to look and pay attention more so if you've already cut this person because you already know. And this can be the difference maker between losing a client and keeping a client, how vigilant you are on the first time around. That's why we have to lock in. That's why it's so important to bring a good attitude to whatever service you're doing. And that's what a good attitude is. A good attitude is the best you. A good attitude is you tapped in, locked in to the greatest you. And when you're the greatest you're more vigilant. You see things that the lesser you, the negative you would skip over, wouldn't see because you haven't tapped in yet. But we're going on to the third guideline, and the third guideline is a thing of beauty because we just down faded, and the only thing is that we're going up and we're using the same guards to go against what we went down on. And so we're gonna continue to stroke and use these methods uh to get this fade in very smoothly. And so with our strokes, we want to make sure that we're very smooth with our strokes, that we're taking our time, that we actually seeing the hair go through the blade. Yes, we want to see the hair go through the blade. How is it hitting the blade? That's very important stuff, and it helps you understand your clipper. You got to be one with your clipper. Understand how much hair your clipper take off when I hold it this way. How much hair when I hold it when I take it off this way. And I'm gonna show you why here in a minute. But we can do this with a guard on. We can do this with a guard off. But we want to make sure that we turning sides to each side wherever the hair is growing. Be vigilant, be locked in, and we just prepping that area. And so even more of the so right here, we don't have a blade on, so we can definitely see how that hair is going through. And we're taking out the ball line, and we prepped this already. We did our prep work. We went in with this clipper right here to put in the ball line. So we're gonna use this clipper right here to take out the ball line. And we're just going in smooth strokes, paying attention to how the hair is growing. That's going to help you take that line out. That's what being vigilant is, what's going to help you take that line out. And so just go in with smooth strokes. Make sure you're having consistent pressure, not lifting up or pressing in too hard, but right there in the middle and applying consistent pressure. And right here, I got my blade open, and all I'm doing is I'm tilting my blade up and I'm tilting my blade down, and I call it power stroke. And sometimes I flick out, as you can see right here, when I get close to the top. But when I'm down on the bottom, I power slide. It. And power sliding is just me saying like a free hand. Check this out. We can have a million excuses for why we're not getting it done. But at the end of the day, the reward goes to the one who gets it done. That's on life. All right, just apply the same pressure to this side as we did on the other side. That's all you have to do. It's about repetition. That's what barbering is. Since barbering about repetition, I'm about to go over the same thing like I never told you. We smoothing it back down again. We already did it, but if you see it needs to be going over again, do it again. It's about neatness. And when you up high, we have the lever open and we going straight down. Don't go into it, hover over it. Because when you go into it, you create an indentation. And so you want to hover over it and then come down. And then slide your lever down to hit the spot where we at now. And we're going back over the same places, but the opposite way. So we fading it down to smooth it out, and we fading it up to fade it up, just to complete the fade. And we just doing one guard work. And I believe this is a 0.5. Yes, it is. I'm in between. And so when you in the back, and the reason why I want to go over the back as well, because it's different from the sides, because it's a little bit more you have a little bit more room, a little bit more spacing out. So that 0.5 is the guard you want to use to make sure you space out that fade, spread out that fade, and get those in between. And we got the no guard at all. We got it closed, and we just working it up. We working with that lever, and we watching the way the hair is going through that blade. We want to wash away. We want to see what it's doing. You have to be one with your clipper. You have to understand what your clipper is doing at anytime you move your hand, shift your hand, tilt your hand, you want to understand how much hair is going to take off. And right here, that's what I'm doing. And you want to be smooth repetitions. All right, got my trimmers out. And basically what I'm doing right here, it's a detail thing that I'm doing. And I'm stretching the skin and I'm going back over the same spot. The same thing that we did in the beginning, and the same thing we're going to do at the end. And we're just going back for details now, and really making sure that we have that thing smoothed out just like we did every other area. It's just a different area, so it calls for a different clipper, which is a closer, it's a trimmer, it's a liner. And so we got to go back over it with that same area that we did in the beginning. It's only right. So if we set it in, if we touched it at the beginning, we're gonna touch it at the end to make sure we get those details. And that's how you learn what clipper to pull out. That's how you learn what guard to put on. It's just paying attention how you put it in. So how you put it in is how you get it out, and everything in between. So we just going in smooth strokes, and this is real speed. I didn't speed this up. I did it on the accident, but I'm gonna use it to show you the smoothness in which I go the same speed. I never speed up from here. And it's not about going fast, because you can be moving really fast and getting nowhere because you're not taking your time to get those details. So don't move quickly. Move fluently. Make sure that you having quality strokes. That's why you have to slow down in order to move fast. You have to slow down to move fast. And we just going in, we taking our time, we really looking, we being vigilant, we making sure we ain't putting no skips in it. And that just come from being loose, making sure your wrist is loose. You don't have to try to put a haircut in. You're blessed. God gave you the gift to do this. And so just have confidence and be loose and take your time. You cut the hair. Don't let nobody else push you to go faster. You focus in on where you at right now. And that's all around. That's in barbering, that's in life, and whatever that you're doing. So yeah. All right, as we continue on to put the rest of these details in, we want to make sure that we're using the ends of our blades, and just making sure we're being vigilant to how the hair growing, the angles. You see, I just turned his head. It's all about angles and how you taking it, how you looking at it. Man, I want to tell y'all everything, but I can't tell you everything in one video. But we're shaping right here, and I got the blade open, and I'm just using it to follow along, blend the top end to the bottom. And yeah, this is one way, another detail on how you do that. All right, tapping in with his line up with whatever trimmer you have, whatever liner you have. And with all hairlines, man, we want to come out to the farthest point, and we want to tap and come down with it. We want to be smooth just like anything else. Just going down to the furthest hair point to where the hairline is full. And if you have any inconsistencies, one side higher than the other, take your time and tap. Don't push back. It's all about a tap. Definitely if you get a client once a week, you have to be very gentle, very subtle about the lineup. Right here, I'm making sure that the fade on both sides are even. So one side can be a little higher, one side can be a little lower. Again, imperfect humans, and we're trying to put a perfect haircut on them, but it's about finesse. You have to use your finesse as a barber. Don't look for anything just to be. You may have them certain clients that have that you do a fade a little bit more better on the other one, but we can't just settle on those type of clients. We have to put a perfect haircut on an imperfect person, and everybody is imperfect. And so we have to understand that. And as you can see, that's my perfection with imperfection. Me getting it, getting that line up as furthest down, not pushing them back, and getting that fade even on both sides. once you put in the lineup, automatically that fade jumps out even more. And so we want to use our creative skill, our God-given skills to go back in and have that barber eye to knock in even more details. And right here, I'm using no guard to put my details in. And I'm saying that because learning how to move your wrist, level your blade to where you can take out certain spots, bad spots in the fades, dark spots in the fade. It saves you a lot of time for one, and second, man, it just it helps. It's creative, man, that you can go in without a guard and fix stuff. It pushes further along your barber skills, your talents, and you just go in, man, and you just tilt. You be vigilant. You power slide as you see I'm doing right now, and you just take out any imperfections that you seeing while that lineup is there, and that lineup is bringing out that fade very well. And that's your time. That's your time to shine right here. When you put that line in, it's your time to shine. And we just gonna go in and we're gonna hit that razor because he don't do a razor on the front line. He bumps up. But anyways, that's it. We looking at the details. We looking for any imperfections. You film your stuff too. You make your game film too, and you do your thing. And as you can see, about to show you, it's a weight line right there. See, but we're gonna double back. Hold on, we gonna double back. We're gonna double back, and we're gonna go get that. Then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you where we took it out at and went back and fixed that. Always go back and fix it, even if they out of the chair. Hey, sit down. I gotta show you something. I gotta fix something. Not show you something. I gotta fix something that I seen. Hold on, baby. Hold on. I'm almost finished with this video, baby. Hold on. I'm just showing them the cut. Shh. And look, everything looks nice. It's a natural haircut. And that's it, man. Y'all stay into the details. Stay into the details. And you know what to do. Keep it GR8.